Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. On this channel I talk about fragrance, skincare, fashion and the finer things in life, and today we are talking about Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal. Alright, so I have 3 decants in front of me and I also have one full bottle Scandal right now. So if you're curious about Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal line, and if you have questions in your mind, or you're gonna buy one but you don't know, or you're not sure which one to go for, I think this video is for you. So what are you gonna do? Go grab a drink if you're feeling a little thirsty, go grab a snack if you're feeling a little hungry, and come find me here, and we are gonna be talking about scandals. Alright, so today we are talking about scandals. So why scandals? Actually, this week I was gonna do a video of my recent decant failures. I have like 10 something, I tried a lot of fragrances. I've tried a lot of fragrances recently, and I have a bag of like decants that have failed. Actually, they're not gonna be full bottle worthy in my opinion. I was gonna do that video, but then I remembered last week I did that Jean-Paul Gaultier Classique and La Belle video, which is gonna be all the way up in the card section or down in the description box. So then I said, why not? Let's go for the scandals, Let's just like keep the theme coherent or cohesive. I don't know. So today I have the 3 decants, and I also have my full bottle of Scandal. We're going to be talking about that full bottle at the end of the video. But today I'm going to be starting with the original Scandal. Jean-Paul Gaultier Scandal. So let's spray this here on top of my left hand, and the bottle will be on your right at the bottom. What is Scandal? Scandal is a straightforward honey fragrance. It's this straightforward. I guess there are some florals in here, but I'm not smelling them. Honey, 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 honey. It's just, honey bomb. Does that smell ugly? No. Does that smell sweet? Yes. Is it gonna burn your nose and, throat because it's too sweet? Yes. Is the fragrance like, sillage kind of like pleasant or like, intriguing? Yes, I agree. How about the performance? So I think with performance, my opinion is kind of like different than the mainstream opinion, because Scandal is kind of like, hyped up to be a really well-performing fragrance, which is correct. But to me, I think this needs to be reapplied after 4 to 6 hours. Is this a bad performance per se? No, not at all. But it's not like, 10, 12-hour performance on my skin. Do I like it? Yes, it's pleasant. Am I gonna buy the full bottle of Jean-Paul Gaultier Original Scandal? No. Why? Mainly because it's too linear for me. It's just that, sweet honey scent. It's maybe more geared toward colder months, kind of like, fall and winter. But during the colder months, I think this is 24/7. You can start your day with like kind of like, minimal sprays, and as the night goes on, you can just like spray on your hair or on your, inside your wrist, kind of like to boost the performance. Not bad of a signature fragrance for colder months, but this is not my full bottle choice from Jean-Paul Gaultier's Scandal line. Alright, so the next one actually is gonna be Scandal à Paris. Scandal in Paris. So, Scandal by Night, original Scandal, and we have the Sauce Scandal, and we also have the Scandal à Paris. So, I'm just gonna tell you something. So here we have the real deal scandals, original Scandal and Scandal by Night. And as we move a little further away from that Scandal land, we come across Scandal à Paris. So this is a little different than the original and Scandal by Night, in that this is still simplistic, but it's also more fruity and kind of like fresher. Let me spray this on top of my right hand here. Yeah, this is like the that pear fruity opening, but it's not as delicious as La Belle or de Parfum's pear opening, in my opinion. It's still kind of like obnoxious, blatant, in a way, just like, all other Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances. In the middle, it says this has jasmine in it. I'm not a nose, I'm not an expert, but I'm not really getting jasmine really like full bodied. It's not indolic whatsoever. And then at the bottom, we have the honey. So if you want a scandal, I would go for original Scandal over Scandale à Paris. Actually, name is beautiful. You just want to feel like something, just Scandal à Paris. I'm like, wearing this. But it just the name and the fragrance is not really coinciding with each other. So, in my opinion, this is gonna be my least favorite of the scandals. However, this is not ugly. I think the performance is a little less than regular original Scandal, but it's not a deal breaker. So, I'm gonna set this down and I'm gonna take a sip and then we're gonna move on to So Scandal. Alright, so what about So Scandal? I'm gonna give you the scoop. So, Scandal Land, Scandal à Paris, and so now we are all the way further away from Scandal DNA. Let's spray this here inside my wrist on my left arm. This has that raspberry opening, and this is supposed to have milky notes. So when it comes to milky notes, my blue standard would be Good Girl Gone Bad Extreme. I think the milk note in that fragrance is exceptional. It's kind of like condensed. It's like a pudding kind of milky structure that I'm living for. However, here I'm not getting that milk, but what I am getting is more like your raspberries crushed with some sugar. So there is like that burst of fruity, raspberry, sugary explosion in the beginning. As this dries down, according to Fragrantica, this is a tuberose fragrance. So I beg to differ a little here. So there are white florals, absolutely, but this is not like your Amouage, Love tuberose, or this is not like your, I don't know. This is a very tame tuberose. This is not even as strong as Lantardi tuberose, in my opinion. What I am actually feeling here is that signature Jean Paul Gaultier Classique Orange Blossom. I am getting that orange blossom freshness in this fragrance, that white floral vibe that we smell in Classique line, which is great. So, to me, in that sense, this is more geared toward warmer months. It's still sweet, it's still loud, it's still obnoxious, but compared to the other fragrances, this is more like dynamic and then more like warm weather friendly. I like the performance on this one. The performance on here is pretty much comparable to the original Scandal. These two are on the same level when it comes to performance department, but here the Scandal in Paris, Scandal à Paris, is a little lower than these two. This is a pleasant fragrance. I mean, it's not ugly smelling, it's still sweet, it's raspberry. It's actually quite far away from the original honey bomb, that like, nuclear radiating honey bomb of Scandal. So it's a little different. I guess it's still same in the sense that it's still sweet, a nice fragrance. And if you want to stick with the Scandal line, and if you are looking for something that you want in warmer months, and 24/7 in warmer months, actually, with the appropriate sprays, you can go into clubbing, you can just like, dose up a little, and then during the day, you can just like do one or two, and you're gonna get like the, like, freshy, kind of like fruity, floral sweetness. Not bad. Am I going to get the full bottle of So Scandal? No, I'm not going to, because I have purchased Scandal by Night, and that's going to be the last fragrance we are going to be talking today. And I have the full bottle, 80 ml. Whoa, look at this presentation. I mean, and it is heavy, Oh, she is heavy, and the lid doesn't feel cheap at all. It's heavy. It sits beautifully, and then we have the Jean Paul Gaultier writing here. So this one is 80 ml, and then this is made in Spain, not in France. So Scandal by Night. Let me begin with this. So, if you've been watching my channel, I always say that if you are making something noir, black, intense, or night, just imagine that you are doing something warmer, deeper, kind of like a little spicier and more oriental. So, what they did here is that they took the original Scandal DNA, and I told you that is quite linear and straightforward. But what they did is they deepened it. They made it more multi-dimensional. Just imagine that, this original Scandal would be the x-axis, and then, they edit the y and the z, It's more multi-dimensional, and how they achieve this actually by adding cherries and then by also dosing up the tonka beans. So tonka beans is actually at the bottom of the fragrance, as they usually are, and they help to increase the performance, which they actually did here, because I think this is better performing than the original Scandal. So this really gets you through the whole day with 6 to 8 hours. And what also tonka bean does is that you don't necessarily feel more sweetness. What you actually feel is a deep sweetness, It's not the diabetic level going up, glucose level. It's just that, the intensity, the feeling of the sweetness is increasing to your nose, in my opinion. Do I like it more than the original? Yes. So, if I am to spray this here inside of my right arm, its opening is still so loud. I still get the cherries right at the opening. Sweetness is there, and as this dries down, it gets a little dusty sweetness of tonka, and I'm feeling more vanilla in here. It is warmer. It's more geared toward colder months. I cannot see this being sprayed on a hot, humid summer day, but come on, the name is Scandal, so if you want a Scandal, there you go, just spray this 8-10 and then go out in the sun. So let's see what happens. Well, you know what, if that's what you want, go for it. I don't care what they say. But if you want to be more proper or etiquette friendly, it's going to be more like a nighttime smell. It's going to be more like a colder month smell. I like this a lot. I'm getting cherries. It is a little cloying. It's gonna burn your nose a little. It is still gonna be sweet, but I think the scent trail from this Scandal by Night is actually pretty alluring and inviting. So that's what I have. And also, what I got this bottle is that beautiful, absolutely. And the scent also reminds me of Manhattan. It's kind of like dirty sweet, but it's also so like, intense at the same time. It just reminds me of the scandals that I have myself committed. So, and you know what? When it comes to scandal, we always think that it's something negative. I don't really think that, Scandal is something more like, you get rid of your ego and then you follow your emotions, and whatever is the outcome is kind of called scandal. And I'm here for this, why not? I think scandals are nice. It might lead to good outcomes, so why not? So if you want a scandal, and if you want your scandal to be complex and complicated and longer lasting, and then you want to be in the tabloids longer than the original Scandal, I think you should go for Scandal by Night. That's my choice from this line of 4 Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances. Alright, so this brings me to the end of this video. I hope I was able to answer your questions regarding Jean Paul Gaultier Scandals. Let me know down in the comment section if you've ever tried these fragrances. Let me know your favorites, and also let me know, what about your recent scandals? If you want to share, I'll be reading that as well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for spending time with me. On this channel, each and every video comes in two languages. One of them is in Turkish and the other one is in English. And guess what? You have just watched the English version. Thank you again so much for doing that. I cannot wait to see you at the next one. Take care, everyone.